Hey everybody, Jerome Maldonado. Look, as always, I'm always trying to bring you guys the latest and the greatest news about real estate nationwide. And one of the big things right now is why the real estate market, in the Dallas real estate market specifically, is so elevated and thriving. They're saying that they've never seen anything like this in Dallas ever before. Well, I'm here to tell you guys that it's not only Dallas, it's everywhere. Phoenix, Arizona being the number one state, the number one city in the country that has the most influx of people. And what's happening is there's states like California being one of the biggest, of people migrating out, where you get high tax states, people moving into low tax states, and they're looking for just a place to live. And so because of the pandemic, supply and demand issues, as most people know, has been an issue. And so for the first time, home buyers are seeking out new homes over used homes because of low interest rates. And so you can go into a new home with a lower interest rate and pay less for a house than if you bought it used just 2 years ago. And so it's a big market trend right now. New home builders are soaring. And the one thing that excites me is I'm a spec home builder. I develop land. I've been in the land development business for well over 20 plus years. And I've been talking to people about how to buy a lot and build a home. And because there's a supply and demand issue in a lot of these submarkets like Nevada, like Phoenix, like Dallas, like Houston, like San Antonio, Texas, which is a quiet little hidden gem, like Salt Lake City, Utah, Boise, Idaho, a lot of places up in Oregon and Washington State, people are migrating and they're moving out of these high tax states and moving into these lower tax states, and they're looking for home. And people just want that urban feel. They want to be able to go outside, have a little piece of grass for their kids and family. They want a little bit of breathing room to be able to relax and separate themselves outside of apartments. And so this is the first time in many years where the millennials and the mass growth of people are migrating from the apartment living and the dense living into more rural living. And there's a supply and demand issue that's happened over the last 12 to 18 months. And so we can thank the pandemic for that. Now, the only thing that's bad is that it's driving housing prices up so high that what is that limit, right? Where is that cap going to be where houses get to a point where they become they're not affordable anymore, and now people start looking for alternative ways to live? And so that teeter-totter effect is what's happening right now, where we're looking at it, and for the longest time, the rental market was up here, and now it's teeter-totter to an even plateau, and now we're even seeing that the rental market is starting to go down here, and the buying market in the single-family homes are right here. Now, does that mean that multifamily is a bad place to put your money? No, because there's a supply and demand issue, and there's always going to be a need for rooftops. I sit here in the Albuquerque market, and we just did a market study 12 months ago. And 12 months ago, when I got the market study, they said we were underbuilt by 15,000 rooftops total. That was multifamily and single-family homes. We just got the market study less than 7 days ago for the Albuquerque market. Now it's 20,000 rooftops on single-family homes that we're short here in our market over the next 5 years, and 7,500 rooftops in multifamily that we're short over the next 5 years. So even in this small little market, we have over 27,000 rooftops that we're short that we need to fulfill over the next 5 years. So people in this little sub-market have the opportunity to go out, buy land, build a house, and profit from it at a time where we're seeing soaring housing prices. If you're in markets like Houston, like Dallas, if you're in markets like Phoenix or all the surrounding areas, Nevada, Utah, if you're over in up north in Boise, Idaho, and some of these other submarkets that never really saw this type of growth. In fact, I was just talking to a broker, a residential broker up in the Denver market, and he said, you know what, we have never, in all the years that I've been a broker, which he'd been a broker for 18 years, have they ever seen this type of growth. And with all the mass appreciation due to the deregulation of the marijuana industry in Denver, which stimulated that market, I kept telling people, watch the Denver market when we hit a recession, because the only thing that stimulated that market has been the marijuana industry. Well, things have kind of teeter-tottered a little bit, where now industry has went into Denver, and we're seeing mass growth in all the sub-market areas in that Denver market as well, and they're seeing increases in growth that they've never seen before. And so what that means for all of you investors, or those aspiring investors that live in these markets, you can go out as well, buy a piece of land, and you can go out and build a house and profit from it. And like I've been telling people for a long time, I got started over 20 years ago with one single lot, buying a piece of land and building a house. And the first one that we ever built, we made about $80,000 profit on, and we've been able to multiply that. And now every one that we make in excess of 6 figures. And so the opportunity for you guys to duplicate a business model that we've proven has worked for over 20 years is exactly the same. The same opportunity exists for you guys today. And so the question is, will you apply those exact same steps that we've been talking about for years? And I'll tell you, this isn't just in the Southwest. We're seeing this type of growth in Tennessee. We're seeing this type of growth out in Louisiana. We're seeing this type of growth out in Georgia, and in the North Carolina, in the Raleigh-Durham area, Charlotte, North Carolina. All those markets are booming right now. All of Florida is booming, and so we're seeing this in about 2/3 of the major states across the United States. And so the only thing you need to do is figure out a way how you're going to participate in the mass growth and take advantage of the upside of what's happening in the housing market. We're excited to be here. We're excited to teach you what we've been doing. The question is, will you take advantage of it? If you like content just like this, click below, give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we appreciate you being a part of it.